Expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
No, I expect you to die. Just the way he said it, kind of amusing. I expect you to die. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching Goldfinger. I know Goldfinger is very popular just in pop culture. I know that Mythbusters have done myths about Goldfinger. They did a test where one of the, I believe it was J Jamie, actually got they got the paint that they used in the film, and he noted that um he felt sick um while he was covered in that paint. I think there was some concerns concerns about the health and well-being of the person, but it didn't actually kill them. And I think that is how um the person dies actually, is because the paint kills them. But we'll have to see how that plays into Goldfinger, because I have no idea. I think that the paint should actually kill um the leading lady, I guess, or female lead in this case, in the movie, even though it doesn't kill you in real life, it just makes you very sick. But yeah, that's what I know about Goldfinger. So let's just get right into the reaction. Awesome. So that makes 3 movies in a row now. Really like that intro. And we didn't have to wait for it, unlike the second movie. What are we infiltrating here? Infiltrating, if I can say it correctly. I do like the look of the lighter though that happened, and then the explosion.
Oh,
Forgive me.
why do you always wear that thing?
I have a slight inferiority complex.
Oh, that's cool. My question is, did she know about this? Well, you were lucky there.
Positively shocking.
Now, positively. I really love the intros for James Bond films, how they do the opening credits, is what I mean. Nice little helicopter shot.
Goldfinger.
Big operator, worldwide interests, all apparently quite reputable. Owns one of the finest stud farms in the States. He's clean as far as CIA is concerned.
He needs kings and queens. Who are you?
Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond. And I could be wrong about this, but that he might have introduced himself. That way, every single time he said his name in the beginning of the movies, whenever he introduces himself to someone new, that is.
Jill who?
Jill Masterson.
Your luck has just changed. Now start losing, Goldfinger. Shall we say, $10,000? No, let's be generous. Let's make it 15,000.
His reaction.
Well, I can see this is really my day.
Station WEBS brings you the latest in world news. Washington. At the White House this afternoon, the president said he was entirely satisfied.
That makes two of us. How about breakfast?
Okay.
Not too early.
I'll call you around 9.
Yes, 9 o'clock will be fine. Now, where is this passion, Jill?
He should have known that would have caused trouble right there because she was working with Goldfinger. Ah, it's Jill. But my question is, they would have had to remove her and then put her back because it's not like the bed was painted gold.
And I know who.
This isn't a personal vendetta, 007. It's an assignment like any other. But if you can't treat it as such, coldly and objectively, the 008 can replace him.
Mr. Goldfinger has gold bullion on deposit in Zurich, Amsterdam, Caracas, and Hong Kong, worth £20 million. Most of it came from this country.
Well, why move it?
Because the price of gold varies from country to country. If you buy it here at $30 an ounce, you can sell it in, say, Pakistan at $110 and triple your money. Providing, of course, you have the facilities for melting it down. As yet, we have failed to discover how he transfers his gold overseas. If your department can establish that it is done illegally, then the bank can institute proceedings to recover the bulk of his holdings.
I need some sort of bait.
I quite agree. This is the only one we have. Mr. Bond can make whatever use of it he thinks fit. Providing he returns it, of course. It's worth £5,000.
Windscreen bulletproof, as are the side and the rear windows. Revolving number plates, naturally. Valid all countries. Here's a nice little transmitting device called a Homer. You prime it by pressing that back like this. You see? The smaller model is now standard field issue, to be fitted into the heel of your shoe. Its larger brother is magnetic. Right. To be concealed in the car you're trailing while you keep out of sight. Reception on the dashboard here. Audio visual range 150 miles.
Ingenious and useful too.
Smoke screen, oil slick, rear bulletproof screen, and left and right front wing machine guns.
Awesome.
Lever here. Now, if you take the top off, you'll find a little red button. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Now, why not?
Because you'll release this section of the
Don't touch it.
and engage and fire the passenger ejector seat.
But why the passenger seat? Why not the driver's seat?
How'd you do?
How do you do?
You can tell that they obviously there's tension there, probably from the card game.
It's your game, Mr. Bond.
Mr. Goldfinger is intelligent, at least somewhat, it seems.
Bar of gold you have with you, naturally.
It's worth £5,000.
Oh, I'll stake the cash equivalent.
Wonder what that would be in the US dollars, but also what it would be for the price of inflation.
Oh, bad luck. You're in the rough. Here it is.
No, it's not. He plays a Slazenger 1.
Strict rules of golf, Goldfinger. 5 minutes or almost up. The lost ball will cost you stroke and distance.
And didn't know that about golf. I wonder if that's still a thing.
That's his original ball. I'm Arnold Palmer.
It isn't.
How do you know?
I'm standing on it. One to go. That'll be the clincher.
Fine.
Did you switch him, sir?
Uh-huh.
Then we've got him.
If he doesn't notice a switch.
That's right, if he doesn't. You didn't put that on the T, though. There you go.
Sink this to have the game, right?
I wonder what the par
You
would have
and
been.
Goldfinger play a Schlesinger 1, don't you?
Yes, why?
This is Schlesinger 7. We are playing strict rules, so I'm afraid you lose the hole and the match.
Many people have tried to involve themselves in my affairs, unsuccessfully.
Very nice. Track 'em. What, are they going too slow?
Discipline 007. Discipline.
There you go. Disciplined, yep. That was a miss. And you had him dead to rights too. You had all the time in the world. That's another one right there for Mythbusters to see if they could actually do it.
You know, you're lucky to be alive.
No thanks to you. You should have pulled over further.
The key's just like that one.
It's for my ice skates.
Lovely sport.
Ice skating is a sport? I thought it was more of an Olympic thing than anything else.
They say it'll take 24 hours to get new tires. There's a hotel nearby.
Oh, jump in, I'll run you down.
That won't be necessary.
Well, I hate to leave you here alone.
Let me go! You're breaking my back!
What the hell are you doing here?
I want to kill him!
Kill who?
Goldfinger!
Well, I want him alive.
I want him dead. He killed my sister.
T.M. Tilly Masters. If you wanted to kill him, why did you shoot at me?
I didn't. I was shooting at him.
Well, you're a lousy shot.
Well, that's something.
Quick, get in the car. I'll take care of him.
I like that. That's a nice trick. I knew we would see it at some point. They're gonna catch fire, or what is that? No, but it made the car explode.
Run for that bracken when I tell you. Now!
Oh, that. Be surprised if she's alive. Yeah, I don't see any blood or anything. I find it interesting that he's the one driving. What are you doing? Oh, I guess you gotta turn around from the complex. I didn't think about that.
looking at an industrial laser, which emits an extraordinary light not to be found in nature.
I can see a lot of things that will become popular for spy movies and stuff like that.
The purpose of our two previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
No, I expect you to die. Just the way he said it, kind of amusing. I expect you to die.
You're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
If I fail to report, 008 replaces me.
I trust he will be more successful.
Oh, burn.
You know nothing, Mr. Bond.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
2 words you may have overheard, which cannot possibly have any significance to you or anyone in your organization.
Can you afford to take that chance?
My name is Pussy Galore.
Okay.
The humming means you're in Mr. Goldfinger's Lockheed Jetstar heading for Baltimore. And you're his guest.
I'm honored. I never realized he enjoyed my company that much. By the way, where is our host?
He flew on ahead.
So he's got so much money that he can afford 2 planes, apparently.
I would like to arrive more appropriately dressed. Did any of my luggage survive with me? Ah.
That's a...
We'll be landing in 20 minutes.
That's a Smith & Wesson 45. If you fired at this close range, the bullet will pass through me and the fuselage. The cabin will depressurize, and we'll both be sucked into outer space together. But if that's how you want to enter the United States, you're welcome. As for me, I prefer the easier way.
You like close shaves, don't you?
In more ways than one.
It's about 007, sir. We picked up his Homer signal. It's monitored into Friendship Airport, Baltimore, where he's just landed.
Baltimore? Oh, nice of him to let us know. Last we heard, he was in Switzerland. Keep an eye on him, President.
You know, he kills little girls like you.
Little boys, too.
Show Mr. Bond to his quarters, please.
Or it looks more like a jail cell.
Goldfinger, I made a delivery. Where is my money?
I made a delivery, too.
You all made the deliveries we contracted for.
And you owe me $1 million.
You can have the million today. Or 10 millions tomorrow.
What's with that trick pool table?
I like it, though. I like it a lot.
Gold depository at Fort Knox, gentlemen. In its vaults are $15 billion.
And you're gonna do a heist.
There are 35,000 troops stationed around there.
41,000.
Where did he go?
My plan is foolproof, gentlemen. I call it Operation Grand Slam.
That was cool. That was cool. I watched a documentary too on Fort Knox that I don't think that it's possible to actually get into Fort Knox.
Visible nerve gas, which disperses 15 minutes after inducing complete unconsciousness for 24 hours. Once the population, including the military, has been immobilized, my task...
I'll take my money now.
What's the matter, Solo? Too big for you to handle?
So his plan is to rob Fort Knox, basically.
Please excuse me for a few minutes while I take care of him.
And by that he means kill him probably.
Well, we got our hands on it. How do we get it out?
That's the bit I want to hear.
Better be good.
Seems like everyone is sneaking up on him in this movie. Or he's sneaking up on somebody else.
Lucy. Well, who taught you judo?
Hey, they closed up the fire. What's the
Put that back, back. I don't like this.
The gas!
Well, this is unexpected.
My plane will get you to New York on time. With your excess luggage.
I found him under the model.
Operation Grand Slam. I did enjoy your briefing.
So did I.
Well, of course you did. You're the one that gave it.
Two men in a car with binoculars. Those gentlemen are his friends. Let's convince them he needs no assistance. I suggest you change into something more suitable.
You know Operation Grand Slam simply won't work. Incidentally, Delta 9 nerve gas is fatal. Now, at the most, you're going to have 2 hours before the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines move in and make you put it back.
Who mentioned anything about removing it?
Mr. Ling, the red Chinese agent at the factory, he's a specialist in nuclear fission. His government's given you a bomb.
I prefer to call it an atomic device. It's small, but particularly dirty.
Exploded in Fort Knox. The entire gold supply of the United States will be radioactive for 57 years.
58 to be exact.
Economic chaos in the West, and the value of your gold increases many times.
I conservatively estimate 10 times.
Interesting.
Operation Grand Slam will be successful. You will be there to see for yourself. Too closely for comfort, I'm afraid.
See, I thought it was about getting the money at first. And then I thought it was about a proof of concept that it could actually be done.
Entertain Mr. Bond for me, pussy.
What would it take for you to see things my way?
A lot more than you've got. You've asked for this. Get up.
I like how the music is playing into when they fall and playing around and stuff. I like that. That's a very creative choice.
Now let's both play.
Men's rockabye baby. Good luck.
You know, I just thought of something. What if they're actually inside buildings and stuff? Yeah, you're gonna get everyone out on the outside, but what if they're in their barracks and stuff?
The baby is asleep.
Phase 1 is complete. Now, how do we actually get inside the building and the vaults and all that stuff? Phase 2 complete.
The bomb's here.
Let's get moving, Brigadier.
Right, Jack. Move in.
Move in, commando tactics. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. He's one of them, so's the girl. I'll get her. You get it all open.
Ah, you sneaky.
We're trapped. The bomb. I take the fuse out.
That's a good shot right there, though. I like that shot. Gotta hurry. That's the one thing bad about the hat. Cool device, but you only have one throw. Wow. He was unaffected by it. I know I'm stating the obvious, guys, but what is he, like, superhuman? What's going on here? He's like, bring it. Is he gonna be killed by his own weapon? And the answer is no. It is kinda sorta. Don't think he's actually dead, but he might be. Where do you even begin?
The president wants to thank you personally.
Oh, it was nothing really.
So, LBJ, is who you would be meeting with? If my history is correct, that is. Why is it gold?
It's very dangerous to fire guns in planes. I even had to warn Pussy about it. By the way, where is she?
I will deal with her later. At the moment, she's where she ought to be, at the controls.
We finally get to see.
Pussy,
What happened? Where's Goldfinger?
playing his golden harp.
Playing his golden harp. Ow.
Oh, no, you don't. This is no time to be rescued.
We're back in the Thunderball. Alright guys, that was Goldfinger. I'm a bit surprised, honestly. I thought Goldfinger would have something to do with Spectre, but it doesn't seem so. And I've even gone back to rewatch the movie, and it doesn't seem like it has much to do with Spectre. I thought maybe Goldfinger was a part of Spectre, but it doesn't seem so. And it seems kind of odd to me that we kind of detoured from Spectre to just pay attention to Goldfinger. The intro, I really like the intro. I like the fact that we get to see pieces of the film basically on this mannequin before the film actually happens. So we get to see it, but it's not in context. And I really like that. I really like that they did that. Some it's hard to make out. Some of it's hard to make out, but other scenes are very easy to make out. And you can, if you go back and rewatch the film, you'll see what scenes they actually put on the mannequin, which is kind of interesting. It is interesting to talk about gold and the value of gold and the different ways that it is transported in different forms and stuff, which I fully don't understand, but I do like the whole sitting down with dinner for explaining how the gold is moved and kind of transported in the way that it does in different forms and that sort of thing. And I like Goldfinger's idea of we're not going to move it, we're going to set off basically a radiation bomb that basically makes my gold go up to unbelievable heights for 58 years, and by that point he will have been dead um by that point. I don't know if the actor is actually still alive, but I believe it's coming up on actually 58 years, if not already passed. Because it's 2023 and this came out in what, 64? 63, something like that. I want to say 64. The lady that's painted gold, Jill Masterson. I just like the idea of painting someone gold, and they explained, that people often do this, but there is a risk. There is a risk to it. The price of the gold, real quick, because 5,000 pounds does not seem like a lot to me, but then again, you have to adjust for inflation and all that stuff. So I wonder how much it would actually be nowadays. And $15 billion for all the gold that's in that is in Fort Knox at this point in time, that's a lot more. You could basically do anything that you wanted. One of the things I don't understand is why Goldfinger had these business partners that contributed $1 million, and then also had them kind of killed in a sense right after he said he would pay them 10 million. And besides the point of not having to pay them, I don't understand what the point would be in actually killing them. Mr. Solo, I believe was his name. He just wanted his million back. I'm gonna separate the assets from Mr. Solo, and I'm wondering how he does that. Let's talk about the sisters real quick. I like them. I really didn't get a sense of why they're doing what they're doing and how they're tied to Goldfinger. Tilly Masterson, and I get her reasons for wanting to kill Goldfinger, but that brings into question, what skills does Tilly have? I think she doesn't really have any skills. She just wants Goldfinger dead because her sister got killed. Which is fair enough. In the end, they really didn't get justice other than when Goldfinger got sucked out of the plane. Pussy Galore, which is I'm just gonna say a weird name altogether. It's kind of like Topanga, kind of weird names out there in um, cinema history. I like the fact that she was a pilot and to have her own dedicated crew or students was kind of interesting. And I bet that was kind of a sight to see back in the 60s to have female pilots or have them in major roles like that. I would have loved to have seen her switch out the gas because it would have just helped me keep track of things as a first time viewer. Okay, she actually did do this, and and it wasn't obviously stated to us that she did until like the very, very end. So I'm wondering when that happened because they just kind of woke up. Because at the time of recording, I thought, well, that's kind of strange that they just got up immediately when they had directly said prior to this that they had been knocked out for 24 hours. And I didn't pick up on the fact that James Bond had said that the gas sometimes could be fatal. The henchmen look like they are dressed up in what is considered uh Fallout jumpsuits because every time I see that blue and yellow, I just think of Fallout immediately for some reason. The sound effects I have not gotten used to. Two prime examples of this for this film are when he takes off the scuba diver's mask and when Goldfinger gets sucked out of the plane. It just doesn't feel right, or it doesn't feels a bit cartoony, um, in a sense with the sound effects. I'm hoping as I get into later films that this is kind of not so obvious and I can just um, enjoy it. But when it's uh, that prominent that I notice it, it's just kind of interesting that they use this kind of what is supposed to be kind of like section cuppy like. Um, just seems like it doesn't fit with what's going on. And it kind of doesn't, it kind of doesn't. I know I just said that it does, but it kind of doesn't as well. It's kind of middle of the road, at least for me. I think that's going to do it for this video. If you guys like what you saw, please do consider giving it a like, comment, and do consider subscribing. I do like to talk to you guys about James Bond and the 3 films so far. So let me know what you guys think of this one because it is a good one. I'm a little bit surprised that it is considered it is so well known in pop culture, but I wonder why because I'm having a hard time believing that this is the one that made it to um that it sticks with people. So let me know, why does it stick with you? Why is it so um iconic and that sort of thing? Do consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.